welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to talk about, or basically I'm going to predict the MK12 roster. I can't actually believe that we're actually going to get MK12 this year. It's actually very crazy. Yeah, so this is, in my opinion, basically going to be the chances of each character coming into the game. I'm sure we all have played Mortal Kombat 11. If you haven't already, you should probably just watch the story mode, because time travel has been established, and it's confirmed that Ed Boon actually has said that the game continues when Liu Kang has the game's events for Mortal Kombat 12 will continue from where MK11 left it off. So I'm pretty sure that the canon ending was Liu Kang going back in time. Time travel has been established, people. So I'm going to show you like evidence where Ed Boon himself even confirms the fact that MK12 will continue where MK11 left off. So right here, he confirms it. Someone asks him, or William asks him, will Mortal Kombat 12 pick up where MK11 left off? And Ed Boon simply says, yes, it does. So basically, Liu Kang will travel back into time. So we're going to continue from that point on. All right, so basically now I'm going to make it like super obvious. Like, we're obviously going to get Liu Kang back. And Liu Kang is definitely like 100% confirmed, because there's no way that we're gonna have this game and Liu Kang won't be there. There's definitely a high likelihood that he's going to be Fire God Liu Kang and not just an ordinary Liu Kang, but perhaps we might get like different versions of the character, because like, you know, people might want to play Mortal Kombat 1 Liu Kang, whereas someone might want to play MK11 Liu Kang. So I think this game is going to be like super blockbuster. I feel like MK12 is going to be the game which is supported for the longest, because I think that this game might actually have 30 characters as a main roster in the beginning, because MK11 had 25 as a base roster, but I reckon MK12 will actually have 30 characters, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for sure. Moving on to the 100% guaranteed character is going to be Scorpion for sure. I mean, Scorpion and Subzero definitely guaranteed. It's like Batman not being in Injustice. So like Scorpion and Subzero, I mean, what can I say? Iconic characters of the game, Fire and Ice, they're definitely going to be in the game. I don't see a Mortal Kombat game without these two characters. So like, they're absolutely guaranteed, and they could literally do anything with their redesigns. So I mean, if you're a Sub-Zero fan or a Scorpion fan, it's guaranteed that those two ninjas are definitely going to be in the game. So Kung Lao fans, obviously he's going to be in the game. The game is more or less going to be centralized around him and redeeming his past. So whether we're gonna get the great Kung Lao or just Kung Lao himself, obviously we probably will get both illustrations of Kung Lao's great powerful ancestor, and yeah, I mean, definitely the great Kung Lao is gonna be there. There's 100% chance that he will be there. If not, if the great Kung Lao isn't playable, then I'm sure Kung Lao will be there with like a great Kung Lao skin. So 100% guaranteed Kung Lao will be in MK12. Now moving on. Right, so definitely I think with how popular she is, Jade is definitely gonna be in the game. I don't see a game where Jade isn't there. They might not have Jade and have Tanya like in MKX, but I'm pretty sure that Jade might be there, because she was super popular. Also was like a very regular sight in tournaments, and pretty popular amongst the dev team. Like, because I mean, even Derek was like maining her for like the entirety of, you know, like the game's life cycle. So I'm definitely sure that Jade is gonna come back and she is going to be as annoying as ever. But I'm sure if she's not there, then Tanya will be like her replacement. There is no Mortal Kombat without Kitana, in my opinion. I don't think there ever has been a Mortal Kombat where Kitana missed out, right? I'm not sure. But basically, Kitana is definitely going to be there. She is the current Khan of Outworld, seeing that the game is going to continue where MK11 left it off. But wait, Shao Kahn did, dethrone her. But I'm sure Liu Kang would do something so that she's there, regardless of the fact that she will be Khan or not. And Kitana is like a super. Kitana is Ed Boon's favorite female character. So it's more than likely that Kitana will be in the game because, I mean, listen, not even Ed Boon alone, but I'm sure Stephanie Brownback also mained Kitana in tournaments. I think she played Kitana in MK9. I'm sure of it. I'm definitely sure of it. But anyways, Kitana is coming back. There is no question. She's 100% guaranteed. Now, this might be subjective, but I think Fujin is guaranteed more than that because like Raiden is basically now gone into this NPC role where he doesn't have powers, right? So I definitely think that Fujin is now going to take on that mantle because Liu Kang is basically like Raiden and Liu Kang. I mean, so like I think Fujin's role is still there, as more or less as the advisor to Liu Kang. So I think Fujin might be there. Whether he might be playable or not leaves room for debate. But I foresee like Fujin being like super present at Evo and all the other tournaments. I mean, he's a super top tier character. I think he's like top 5 basically in the game. And I reckon Fujin is definitely going to be there in some way, shape or form. If he's not going to be playable, he'll be an NPC, like duh. But I reckon Fujin is going to be, we're going to see him. We definitely are going to see him. But whether he's going to be playable is debatable. So we will see if the Wind God returns in a more advisory role, or he's definitely going to take more of a step ahead, since Raiden won't be like, probably we might see Fujin in a babysitting role here, to be fair, because Raiden might be powerless and helpless and he's definitely probably going to be aging and all that. So I don't know, we might see Fujin, it depends, we'll just see. But it's guaranteed, I think it's guaranteed that we're going to see Fujin in one way or another. Right, so to finish off the guaranteed tier, I would say Mileena is definitely going to be in the base roster this time. I think the uproar that was there last time might be avoided, and seeing how this is like more or less, this game, Mortal Kombat 12 is going to be like a celebration of 30 years of having Mortal Kombat, and probably the key characters might be from like MK1 to MK3. So I reckon Mileena might be there. And not might, it's guaranteed. Like, this chick is gonna be there, dude. Like, she's coming back, and she's probably gonna be like as annoying as she was in MKX. But regardless of whatever, I don't think they really care like how well she does gameplay wise. I think it's more about sales, to be fair with you, and just like opinion in terms of like she has a huge fan base. And in the recent there was this clip of like The Last of Us where they picked Mileena and Raiden, so it's basically confirmed that like Mileena is now like probably the most popular female character in Mortal Kombat history. So I think she will, that's why I just put her in guaranteed, because there's no way, right, that they make a DLC, right? I mean, she's gonna be in the base roster, surely. The following tier is the very likely tier. This is more like 90%. More like 90%, or like maybe 85% likely. So the first one there for me is Tremor. Tremor's first appearance was in MKX. And it was like, and obviously he was the best character in MKX. And he was like, I was actually pretty surprised that Tremor was in MK11. Especially with how popular the character was in tournaments and how often he was used. Like, it's crazy. He was a DLC, right? I'm sure wasn't Tremor a DLC? I'm sure he was. I'm not sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. Because I didn't have a PlayStation yet by the time, and I wasn't in like playing Mortal Kombat in 2015. So, you know, I don't know, but basically, Tremor is likely to come back. I mean, look at that answer from Ed Boon. Very, very likely. So more than not, I mean, I did want to put him in guaranteed, but then again, I thought like, it's never. I wasn't really sure because he's only been in one game, but seeing with how emphatic Ed Boon's response was there, more than likely that, very, very likely that Tremor comes back. And I don't know how people will feel, and I don't know how powerful he will be, but we haven't seen the last of Tremor for sure. Alright then, we're going to move on to Saibot, Reptile as he's known. This character is definitely coming back in one shape or another. I think he's going to replace Baraka in terms of being the guy who you pay $10 to lie down after one punch and look at the lights. Reptile is definitely coming back. That's why I put him in the very likely tier. Let me zoom in for a little bit. Maybe you can see it better that way. Yeah, that's why he's like right next to Tremor, because I think that the devs have heard people's concerns about why isn't Reptile in MK11? We want Reptile for DLC, and I'm sure they might have wanted to bring him, but they couldn't because of how they stopped MK11 and everything like that. That's why they even brought the Scorpion skin, the Reptile Scorpion skin, probably just to appease Reptile fans. And they had Reptile as one attack for like Shang Tsung, as a taunt as well for Shang Tsung. So having sat out MK11, I think Reptile is gonna come back because he's pretty pivotal to the story. He always helps someone. In MKX, he was like aligned with Kotal Kahn and very loyal. And I think what's slept on the most is that Reptile is like super, super loyal, and he's like cutthroat. Like, he does the job, and even if that means the job is him like taking a hit or trying to make someone else look good. But I think in this game, Reptile is definitely gonna shine as much as Baraka shined in the previous game, and I hope that he looks badass. I hope that they make him really good, so that, I don't know, man, Mortal Kombat 11 didn't have enough ninjas in my opinion, so Reptile not being there in MK12 would be almost like, I don't know, it'll be unspeakable. That's why it's very likely that he is going to return. Right, next, after Reptile, we'll move on to Onaga. I think Onaga, we might see him. It's very likely that we might see him. They have portrayed every single boss character, or not really almost all of them, but like, I think Onaga deserves this, and I think he might be the next boss, next big bad evil or unknown evil that Shang Tsung was speaking of when he was trying to advise Liu Kang that don't do this because an unspeakable evil might come forth. So I'm sure that probably an unseen, I don't know, but more than likely, I think it's about time that Onaga returns, and I think NetherRealm has heard, us talking and asking for Onaga to come back. I mean, this character right here is unbelievably strong. If you guys don't know the lore, I guarantee, I urge you to go on YouTube and just search a few videos. I will include one short clip of his not entrance, but his interaction with Shujinko.
I have defeated him. Now I am free to complete my quest. I do not understand. The Kamidogu should have been transported to the Elder Gods. Why is it not happening?
Because you have not completely finished the quest.
What are you?
Ah, yes. Familiar words. Perhaps this will help you to understand.
Damashi! What has he done to you? Let him go!
Shujinko, please save me. Oh, fool! Damashi does not exist. The avatar you see before you is merely a projection of my consciousness. I manipulated this astral puppet from beyond the boundaries of death, and in turn, manipulated you. I deceived you into bringing me the means of attaining ultimate mastery over reality.
So it seems that I have indeed known you all these years. Then by what name shall I call you now? Tell me who you really are, demon.
I am Onaga, the Dragon King of Outworld and soon-to-be ruler of all that exists. I must thank you for bringing me so much power. The Kamidogu are mine.
You may have them. They do nothing. You have wasted your time. Nothing happened when I placed them all on the altar.
Not all. If you had found the last piece, the altar would have transported them to the Elder Gods. But the last piece is currently in Outworld in the possession of a fool sorcerer. I will deal with him later. For now, I will take these artifacts you have so dutifully collected for me. I am afraid they will not make it into the hands of the Elder Gods after all. And so, Shujinko, your quest is done. Prepare for death.
But I want NetherRealm to literally bring him back and put him on top where he belongs. Shao Kahn is absolutely petrified because of this. Shao Kahn is only scared of one being, and that is Onaga. He was concerned with Kotal, that's why he put him in a prison. But the only character that sends shivers up Shao Kahn's spine is Onaga, because Onaga has so many powers. The power of flight. He's got so many powers. And just look up his lore, and I'll put a clip. I'll put a clip here of just how the voice, bro, the voice, the character, the size, I cannot listen. I guarantee you this. If I see Onaga in MK12 as a playable character, I swear, I am going to have the biggest pop off, and it's gonna annoy so many people. But seriously, honestly, if Onaga is playable in the next Mortal Kombat game, I am going to lose my brain. I am going to celebrate that, because you have no idea how cool he is. I honestly think he's one of the coolest concepts of any antagonist in Mortal Kombat history. What a character. So I hope that we get to see him. So under the 0.001% chance that anyone in NetherRealm will watch this video, please make it happen. So before I move on to Noob, Saibot, Sektor, and Cryax, because I think these three are going to be a combination, I'm going to talk about Sindel. I think Sindel is definitely going to be in the game, and it's probably more than likely that she will be there because, look at this character's eyes. This character's eyes was probably the highlight of why she was in MK11, right? And why she was so popular. I'm kidding. Listen, her design was incredible. I'm sure she sold big time. And she was one of the last, in Combat Pack 1, I think she was the second last. She was the third from last, because I think it was Sindel, Joker, then Spawn. Because I think Spawn was the last, but Sindel's date was swapped with the Joker. Sindel was pushed earlier. But anyways, look, the design for Sindel in MK11 was the best. She looked the best. This is her best portrayal. And I think that she's definitely going to be in the game. And if she's not going to be in the game, she might appear as an NPC, because we might have to see Adenia in some way or some form. And I hope that in this game we get a decent portrayal of her. I want to know if she is truly evil, or if she is like the goody two-shoe mommy that she was famous for. So that's what I want to know. Other than that, I think it's very likely that we see Sindel in MK12. Alright, Sektor and Cyrax. Before that, obviously Noob Saibot. I think Noob Saibot was one of the most I think Noob Saibot should be in like the top 5 most played characters in MK11. I should have actually researched and put a graph like of the most played characters. I might do it now, like just like a flash of a picture or something like that. But if I didn't, then there's just the difficulties of editing with the laptop. Editing with the phone rather, because I'm doing this on my phone. I still don't have an editor on my laptop because, bro, like not having Wi-Fi at home is crazy. Anyways, moving on. Noob Saibot, one of the most played characters, super popular. You know, I mean, the name says it for itself. Legendary ninja, and they could like do so much with him in the following game. I think it was super creative of him, like being like one of the only character I think in MK11 where you literally face 2 people. So him and his shadows, his back one is not even punishable at all, like in MK11, because he steps back. It's ridiculous. Some of his moves are ridiculous. He's 4-2. He's 4-2-2, like you can't even. Anyway. Noob Saibot hasn't even won a tournament, I'm sure, so it's fine. He will be in the next game, I'm sure of it. And Cyrax, human Cyrax, definitely might probably be in the next game. They might have the, what do you call them, the assets from MK11. The mocap and everything was probably done for him, and you don't have Cyrax without Sektor, right? Sektor might obviously be there, probably, hopefully, to see him perform well in story mode and actually do something and not just lay on his back. Whether or not he will be, we will see the human version or the cyber version of these two remains to be seen. But I definitely think that Sektor and Cyrax will be in the next game. The uproar that they were not in the game is crazy, especially considering the fact that they appear to have had taunts, mid-round taunts, and it's crazy. And to think that they weren't playable in MK11 was a huge conversation in on Twitter, in every platform, even Reddit. Like, why aren't these 2 characters in the game? So they were there. They're obviously NPCs, but they weren't playable. So hopefully Sektor and Cyrax will come back. I want to see them back. My favorite cyber or favorite ninja really is Sektor. Like, Sektor is so badass. Like, he's cold, man. He is cold, evil, and you can't reason with Sektor. He's sick. So I hope that he comes back, and if he does come back, I will definitely have him as one of my mains. And Shang Tsung, he might return. I'm not sure in what capacity, but definitely he might return. Probably maybe as an NPC, but seeing how he was really, really involved in the story in Aftermath for MK11, I don't see a reason why we were not going to see Shang Tsung, because I think he is not done with his plotting and scheming, and I'm sure he has one trick up his sleeve. Who knows? Maybe he might resurrect Onaga. Who knows? Just who knows? Like, maybe he might be there, and we don't know what role he's going to have. Whether he's going to be an antagonist, whether he's going to be a good guy. We will see, but I can't wait to see what they do. But usually what NetherRealm has done is one sorcerer comes forward and another one rests. In MKX we saw Quan Chi as the pound for pound sorcerer, and in MK11 we saw Quan Chi take a seat, and in MK then his replacement was Shang Tsung, right? So we haven't seen a combination of Shang and Quan Chi like since MK9, right? Was Quan Chi playable in MK9? I don't know. Never owned the game. Never played it. Only heard about it. I've only seen stuff and story mode and that. But let's see what happens. But I'm sure it's more than likely that we are going to get Shang Tsung in MK12. All right, then moving on to Ashrah. Ashrah, the chance of seeing her, I think in one of the tweets, Ed Boon actually said it's kind of likely that we might see her, or the chances of her coming are pretty good. I'm not sure where that tweet is, but I saw it somewhere in one of his Q&As, questions and answers, where people ask him stuff like I showed you on before. I think Ashrah definitely needs to come back. I need a new character to see what they can do with them, with PS5 graphics, the next gen graphics rather, and see what they can do on an Unreal Engine 3, because the previous one was Unreal Engine 2, but they said it was the super buffed version or something like that. But anyways, Ashrah coming back would be sick. I'm not really gonna dwell much on her because I don't really know her lore. All I know is she's a demon from Netherrealm or something like that. I don't know what her powers are, but she looks cool. If they can do cool things, I am bloody well gonna try them out, and so long as they're not good guys. But whatever. Ashrah coming back would be cool. The next is Johnny Cage and Sonya. These two are I don't know, ketchup and mustard basically. There is not a game where you don't see them together. Like MK9, MKX, they were together. They were literally. This is literally MK1 stuff. This is literally movie stuff. These two are just like yin and yang basically, and I think they're more. It's more. I mean, these can literally fall into the guaranteed part. The only thing that might happen is maybe Sonya might not be playable, seeing that she died in MK11, but maybe Johnny might, and maybe we might get a situation where even Johnny might die and Sonya might come back, and then we're gonna get Johnny Cage's ancestor to play as Johnny Cage. Who knows? Maybe we might get Cole Young to fulfill. Nah, but let me stop. Let me stop right there. These two are more than likely to be there. Let me not speculate about what's gonna happen. Let's just say they're gonna be there. The chances of them being there are pretty high, right? Havoc is next. Havoc, I definitely think that Havoc is. I should have a picture of him somewhere. Where is Havoc? There he is. Havoc is probably gonna come back. Whether he's gonna be a DLC remains to be seen, but the chances of him returning are pretty up there. What they could do with this character is limitless, and I definitely think that he might make an appearance in the game. And the chances of him being there are pretty high. I think Ermac is next, right? Yeah, Ermac is the same thing, definitely. I could have put him in guaranteed because the uproar of Ermac not being in MK11 was pretty crazy. Moving on to Smoke. Oh, Smoke is literally in the same tier as Ermac. That's why I put them together, because these two are definitely going to come back. Whether Smoke is going to be Human Smoke or Cyber Smoke remains to be seen. Or even just the portrayal of Enenra himself, we will see. Because Smoke gets his power from Enenra, the demon Enenra. I've got no idea, but my lore might be sketchy on that. But I'm sure I'm close. I'm sure I'm pretty close to that one. So Ermac and Smoke, highly likely that they might come back. I think we might get 5 ninjas. Remember, I said that the roster might be huge, so we might get 5 ninjas. So guaranteed, Subzero and Scorpion, we're not even gonna count them. But the likelihood of Ermac and Smoke being there is pretty high. We want to move on to the next tier, which is they have a chance. This is basically for me from 50%. No, not even 50%. Let's just say 55% to maybe 60. 55% to relatively 70% chance that they might be there. So I think Goro might return because why? Because of Kung Lao being there. Kung Lao being there, you don't have the great Kung Lao, and you don't have a game where the great Kung Lao is there and and there's no Goro. There has to be a Shao Kahn, and I think the Shao Kahn to be there probably is going to be Goro. I'm not sure, but I think Goro will come back. Because, I mean, we're going to go back to like MK1-ish story, right? Where Goro might return. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure we might get a Shao Kahn of some point. Whether we see Goro with King go back remains to be seen, or maybe we might get a highlight of why Goro is so strong. We don't know. But I'm thinking that Goro might return. When I move on to Chameleon, both of them, the female Chameleon on the left and the male Chameleon on the right, either or might return. Yeah, because we haven't really seen them, but Ed Boon somewhere was just like, yeah, we might get to see them on Twitter. Like I saw like on the Q&As. Most of the stuff that I'm talking about, I got it from like the Q&As because, I mean, where else can I source it from? The back of my brain? No. Moving on to Tanya, the betrayer specialist herself. In a game where we have Mileena, I think Tanya might be there. For sure, because we haven't seen an MK11, and I think there was some tweet. Let me see if I can put it up. Where Ed Boon was talking about Tanya, like the chances of her coming back are pretty good. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if she comes back. And we're going to move on to King Jade. The reason why I said King Jade has a good chance of being there is because we haven't seen him before. And if Sindel isn't there, I think we might see King Jade with a prominent role. Like, I'm talking about him being playable. I'm talking about him being a new character because we actually haven't seen King Jade has actually never been playable in any Mortal Kombat game. If you haven't seen my previous video of the quiz, I literally typed King Jade, I couldn't see him there. So basically hasn't been playable. And the only time we have like seen, I think it was an MKX ending, right, where we see King Jade being the only spirit to come out of Ermac and rule, so to say. Whether it is canon, it's obviously non-canon, but like we haven't seen King Jade, and we definitely need to know because Sindel came forward in MK11 and put the man in a grave, like, oh, he was weak, he changed our rights, he denied our rights, blah blah blah. So we definitely need to know like what's up with King Jade. Garrus, I would actually say he's probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest new character that they created. But if Tremor is there, I'm not sure what they might do. I don't know. Maybe Garrus might come back. We might see him as an NPC. Him being playable, I don't know, but the chances of him coming back up are more or less better than like zero, you know. He has more chances of coming back than like meat, so to say. So I reckon he might come back. Moving on to Rai Cho. There's actually a tweet. Let me actually scroll to see if it's there. There should be like a tweet somewhere where Ed Boon is just like Rai Cho, but like basically someone asked Ed Boon like, what are the chances of, he's like, oh yeah, here we go. It's like, who are you more, Andre asked, like, who are you more hyped for, Rai Cho or Shao Kahn? And Ed Boon is like, Rai Cho. So like, it's more than likely that Shao Kahn is not going to be playable in the next game. I don't see Shao Kahn being there. So Rai Cho being there is like, the chances of Rai Cho being there is pretty high. Well, I actually didn't show you guys this Goro thing, this Goro picture, but the right is from the movie, and the left is basically from the story. And you know, we might get to see Goro back. And moving on to Kintaro, I heard from the grapevine the Kintaro, Havoc, Goro, Onaga might be like pre-order bonuses. We'll get to see on that, but yeah, we'll get to see. Nitara next. There's been chatter amongst, you know, the community, like Nitara coming back. We saw her being dusted in the movie, so we'll get to see if she returns. I'm saying I just put her in the has a chance tier. I mean, she has a chance of coming back. Like, definitely. We haven't seen her, and I think it'll be cool, like to see her in flight and everything. It'll be cool. I'll be for it. The reason why I put Quan Chi next to her is I think Quan Chi and Nitara might have like an alliance of some sort, but we'll see. But if Shang is there, then that's why I put Quan Chi as a lower chance, because will Quan Chi sit out 2 games in a row? We'll see. But he might be an NPC, but definitely we're going to see him because we're going back into time here. And we need someone to excuse me, we need someone to basically, I don't know, challenge or add like a plot twist in the story, and Quan Chi is a specialist with that. Ed Boon was talking about like Striker being there. It's like, but he was like, hold on to that in the Q&A, and Striker being there probably is likely because he might be like a gun character in that. I don't know how they're gonna post Jax. I really think some of these special force characters might actually take a back seat in the game. That's why I have them lower, but anyway, we're going to get to that. Serena is right there next to Kai. I think either her or Nitara might be there. They have a chance of coming back. I don't know. I'm for it, man. We will see. Make the roster big. Make the characters like, I don't know, unique, and we'll get to see what happens. Kai might be a replacement for Raiden. That's why I put him above Raiden. The explanation is that Capoeira Man, Raiden's lightning stick, we might get Kai back, and who knows, maybe he might replace Jackie, and I hope he does. Like, I need to see a character with an actual backstory, like a mentor of Raiden, you know, that type of thing. Loyal, agile. We need to see some new stuff, some new flavor. I can't keep eating the same meal all the time. Bring Kai back. Let's see what he can do. I mean, the potential for Kai is out there. It's pretty limitless. But we'll see. We'll see. But he has a chance of coming back. But he's more or less leaning into the doubtful. Literally, if I could put him in the middle of has a chance and doubtful, I would have. Which is like the same with Baraka. I don't know what role Baraka will play in the story, to be fair, and the chances of Reptile being there, especially being that high, I don't really know if Baraka is gonna be there. He was missing in MKX. He was missing in MKX, but he was there in MK9. He sort of taken the day in one game, absent in the other type of role. So get to see. We'll get to see. He has a chance, but he's more or less in the 50% percentile in terms of like me. And that's how I think. And the same goes for Takeda. But Takeda, if I could push Takeda higher to maybe next to Goro, I would. But I don't know. Liu Kang is going back into the past, like a long time back. I don't know how the new kid Takeda will be able to fit in there. Personally, I don't know. His backstory was like the best amongst the new kids, but like, I don't know, man. Seriously, I'm stuck in the middle. If I could put him like on 50%, I would. That's why I put him that low as well. Rain. Oh my gosh, Rain. Well, I don't know, man. Rain, the chances of Rain being there are literally 50-50. He might literally be in the main roster, or he might not be. If we get an Adenian chapter, the most that I can expect is Rain being an NPC. Because I don't know. I think NetherRealm have just been. Like in the middle with Rain. They might not have like chosen a. I don't think they really know what to do with him. I mean, look, he hasn't even won a single fight in the story mode. I mean, what's Rain's purpose? Like, before he was trying to like to lead in Indian evasion, and he got thwarted by Jade. Like, bro, Rain is just taking nothing but L's, and he was acting tough, you know, talking to Kotal like, I'm gonna kill you, and where's Ermac, and without him you're finished. Talking smack to everyone, telling Skarlet off, speaking up to Shao Kahn like, listen, I'm going to lead your army, and talking tough, telling Raiden he's not a god, that he's more powerful than him. I kind of like that brat attitude, that the godly attitude that he had, but I don't know if they're gonna bring him back. I don't know how. Look, he's super popular, yes, but like Rain is so debatable. Like, what is he going to do in the story mode? You know, there's a tweet somewhere where Ed Boon was talking about, like, someone asked Ed Boon, like, no, this is not the tweet. Let's see, I'm gonna talk about these tweets later on when I'm finishing, but like, yeah, right there we go. Someone asked him, how do you guys decide what characters go into the main roster? And he said lots of factors: story needs, design team wishes, character popularity, etc. Right? So story needs, I don't know if the game really needs Rain, but more or less we have a green check mark on popularity. He's obviously super popular, right? But would the design team and the story need Rain for MK12? That remains to be seen. Let me move on from Rain, because I talked about him for like a long time. Human Cyrax and Sektor. I literally just put him there for just like, you know, they have a chance of coming back if we don't get like the Cybers. But I'm thinking the Cybers might be pushed forward more than the humans. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Doubtful now. Right. Now, this is the more controversial tier. I'm going to be as quick with this as possible, because I don't want this video to be like 1 hour long. Anyways, Cabal story. I don't think we're going to see the Black Dragon, to be fair with you. At least that's what I think. That's why all the Black Dragon are in there, in Doubtful. This is like 50 to 40% region, in my opinion. Honestly, everything here is in my opinion. Cabal didn't really do much in the story. It was kind of more like a lackey. You know, we saw him as a demon in the, like, with Jade and that. But like, what did he really do? Does this new redemption arc, does this time travel back in the future, back in the past, need Cabal? That remains to be seen. Kotal Kahn, you all know, like, this is my number one boy. Like, this is my favorite character in all Mortal Kombat history, right? Kotal Kahn, man, Kotal is literally like the reason I play Mortal Kombat, basically. He's the character that I literally looked for, and when I started like playing MKX, I was like, which character here should I like? And I chose Kotal because he reminded me of Injustice 1 Ares, which is the first NRS game that I ever played, right? I did mash in arcades with MK1 and MK, I don't know, man, MK1, MK2, MK3 in arcades as a kid, but I did not know what I was doing, you know? But with Kotal Kahn, he reminded me of Ares, because I was looking for Ares in MKX, because I had played Injustice 1, right? And I knew nothing, and I was like, where's Ares? But then Kotal reminded me of Ares, you know, the God of War and all that stuff. So Kotal Kahn being in MK12, I'm super doubtful of that, because listen, remember, we're continuing from where the game left, and from where the game left, Kotal was dead. His head bounced down that what's it called, the steps of that ship, and Kotal literally was buried twice. I want Kotal to come back, but what are they gonna do with him? Like, what? Well, what's he gonna do now? What's he going to do now? In every scene that Kotal he was like a damsel in distress. Almost got killed by Devourer. Every scene that Kotal he was basically Princess Peach. Come save me, somebody save me, please. Like, I don't even want to go like into depth with Kotal Kahn, really. Because sure, gameplay wise in the beginning, in season 1, 2019, April to like, from like April to like November, I think the first patch was like, the most decent patch was like in, I don't know, September? I do not know. But like from the launch time, Kotal Kahn was cheeks. He was terrible. So I don't know if he's going to be like, if he's going to be popular enough to come back, or if the devs want to really use him. What could they possibly do? Because the reason why I say he's not gonna come back, because what role is he gonna play? Like Onaga might be the central leader in that time when you talk about like Outworld, right? The rule of Outworld in this time might be Onaga. So what way does Kotal come in here? Like, you see what I'm saying? Where like what role does he play here? That's why I don't see him. Maybe DLC, who knows? But we'll see, man. I want him to return, but there's no point in Kotal coming back just to get kicked into the dirt. Like, I honestly didn't like the way that they portrayed him in story mode, even though he was strong, but like strong in game, like online and all that. But like story mode, Kotal was trash. Like, I think he was like the worst character story wise. The worst is definitely Kotal, man. Terrible performance in MKX and even in MK11. So like, just bury him for good if you're not gonna like write him well, because we all know in the comics he was like super powerful, man. So WTF on like his performance in story wise. Like, if you're gonna bring him back, at least I want to see him shine or do something. Can he do something? Can he actually do something? Anyways, Erron Black, literally like Kotal Kahn's ally. Erron Black doesn't like get old, so he's like thousands of years old. Danced with many women, Skarlet included, and broke her heart. But anyways, Erron Black coming back, I don't know. 3 games in a row for a new character who does literally nothing in story mode. I don't really know. What did Erron Black do in MK11? Just shoot aimlessly. That's basically what he did. Looks cool, very cool design, cowboy and everything like that. But I don't know if Erron Black is gonna come back. Frost, if it was up to me, I don't want to see her again. At least until she has like a prominent role. Because this time she sold her soul for Chronica, right? To get Cyber Eyes and that. But for what? She didn't really do much. She just blasted some ice at Subzero. And that was it. In chapter, I don't know what chapter, with like Fire and Ice chapter in MK thing. In the first story. So I'm doubtful that Frost comes back. But Rai Cho is super controversial. Most hate him, most like him. Trainer of Liu Kang. He might come back in an advisory role. Remember, we're not going to see Raiden. I think we're not going to have Raiden. But I don't know. We might see them. He might be an NPC, but for him to be there in the roster, 50-50, so to say. But I don't think he's going to be there. DLC in MKX, missed MK11. He might return, who knows. Raiden, I've spoken about Raiden before. He's passed the mantle to Liu Kang now. Powerless. Back to being mortal. He says, I'm only Raiden now.
I am merely Raiden now.
So, we might not see him. If he's playable, then it's simply the sheer will of him being in the first roster. Being the OG. But I don't know. Cetrion, I should have actually put Cetrion lower. I should have actually put Cetrion in the waiting for a cruise ship at an airport category. But I'm doubtful. Cetrion, I should have put it like I don't know if Cetrion is going to come back. Not super popular, but super strong. Like, I think she was like the least played, but more or less more present in tournaments because of how strong she is tier-wise. But she falls in the same category as Shinnok for me. The way that they portrayed Shinnok in MK11, they did not have a story for him at all. Literally came from the highs of him being this nemesis in MKX, only for him to get decapitated and thrown into the dirt, bro, in MK11. Literally the few seconds he was dead. Like, what? Shao Kahn, the same thing. I think there's going to be like a new Evo now, and I think Shao Kahn is done for. I don't think Shao Kahn will be there. Very, very unlikely that Shao Kahn will be there. But who knows? I might be wrong. Cassie, Jackie, and Kane, I'm going to put them all in one category. I don't think we might see them. I don't think we might see Jackie and Cassie coming back. We might not. And same falls for Kane. Kano. But I don't know. But I'm doubtful. Lee May returning. Lee May returning, doubtful of it. But if Onaga is there, the chances of her being there skyrocket. We all know that Lee May, or if you don't know, Lee May has got an allegiance to Onaga. So we'll definitely get to see. If I'm wrong, I don't know. But I think Lee May has got something to do with Onaga. There was like an ending where she was like his queen. So yeah. Shujinko. The power of friendship. Shujinko, sure. Cool concept and everything, but if Shang is there, I don't see any reason for Shujinko. I need to see Shujinko have like a, I don't know, have like an actual role. So we'll get to see if Shujinko will be there. We might see female Nightwolf, so that's why I'm doubting that Nightwolf might actually be there. So we'll get to see if Nightwolf returns. Jax and the special force, like Jax, Jackie, Cassie, I don't know. Jax has been teetering on retirement for like 2 games now. What's he actually gonna do? Like, how important is he? What's his role in the story? You know. I think it's time for Jax to sit one game out, and I reckon it'll be this one. Skarlet Kenshi. Skarlet by herself. What role does she have to play? There's no Shao Kahn anymore. I don't think Shao Kahn will be there, so I don't think Skarlet will. Doubt that she's gonna return. Kenshi is controversial that I put him all the way down here. We might see him, we might not. But man, it's tough. It's really tough. If Takeda is gonna be there, then guaranteed Kenshi will be there. So we'll get to see. But I doubt that Kenshi returns. I don't really know. This game might have Kung Lao, the great Kung Lao, at the center of it. So we'll see. King Gorbak. Oh, King Gorbak could have been at the very, very bottom. Chances are like super low on this one. Devourer coming back. I hope she does not come back. This bug is too powerful. If anything, she comes back as an NPC and gets buried. Because I'm sick and tired of characters being super, super overpowerful for no reason. If she comes back, I need to know why she's that strong. Literally. The next is like Taven and Daegon. I put them doubtful because I don't know. Maybe they might be there, maybe not. But them being, if they're there, we might need August being there to know exactly what happened with him, with what's his name, Delia, who's August's wife, the father of Taven and Daegon. But I doubt that they'll be there. I don't know. I don't know how popular these 2 characters are, to be fair. And Ko Young and the Predator? Is that the Predator? I don't know. Doubtful. Shiva, obviously not. Motaro, I don't know. Blaze, Drummond, Kotal Kahn. The chances are just super low. But what do I know? I just put them all down there because some of them, like Dyro and Darius and all these, the Collector. If any, I know AK Slay is like a big Collector fan, but bro, I don't know. No, Sonic Fox has been like using Collector recently, but Collector coming back for what though? For what, bro? Harley Quinn might be DLC though. To be fair, I heard rumors that she was gonna be a DLC character in MK11, but she's not there. Michael Myers, man. Michael Myers and Ash Williams. I don't know. I don't know. I need to do a DLC video, and I'll talk about it more there, because there were so many things that Ed Boon was talking about. And to finish the video, I'll just talk about like the tweets from Ed Boon, right? Not this one. I mean, this one is. You'd probably say like, oh, the next game should be even longer. So I think this is why I was like, MK12 roster is gonna be huge, because they want to support it for like a longer time, right? So MK11 was like 2.5 years, or to 2 years, and a year and a half. I don't know, a year and a half, or was it almost like a year and a half? A year and like 11 months. I don't really know. I don't really remember, but like, obviously maybe MK12 might be like 3 years. support. So I hope so. I'm all for it. Yeah, this one, the Kitana is basically confirmed. Like they were like doing more. This tweet actually intrigued me because they were doing mocap in October. So maybe after 6 months, maybe in April, we might get an announcement. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I talked about that. This is just like a DLC thing. Maybe we might get Jin for DLC. Yeah, Michael Myers being the next game. Slim, we wanted him, but Halloween people said no. So we might see him. I don't know if we see him. Reptile, good chances of him coming back, as I said before. If we make an Injustice game. Like, the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this tweet is because, like, because the rumors were that the chances of MK, the chances of NetherRealm, NetherRealm wasn't sure of their future with WB, because WB is like a huge studio, right, where they literally give all the funding to NetherRealm. They're like the big daddy, and NetherRealm is like the employee of, like, and then the publisher basically of the game. And all the sourcing and the funding and the go-aheads come from the WB guys, right? Like David Zaslav and that. So I'm thinking Mortal Kombat is going to be like a big deal, and they're going to push this game as much as they can to put everything into it, because we never know. This might be the last NRS title we might get. Yeah, let's see. What else? Yeah, this is basically everything. How is the development for the new game? Challenging. So, like, you know, this new game might be super different towards, like, compared to like anything we've ever experienced in terms of like a Mortal Kombat game. So that's it, really. So we might get hints of this game in, I don't know, maybe April. But basically, this is my roster. This is what I think about these characters coming back. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But I'm gonna come back and react to this, obviously, when the actual roster is announced, and obviously critique myself to say, what are you thinking, Andy? But I think this roster is fire. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. A roster without a majority of, like, the special force kids. We'll see. I'll probably end the video here, because I think I've been speaking for like a long ass time. But anyways, let me know in the comment section which characters you think are guaranteed. Give me your top 5 guaranteed characters. And if you're still watching all the way here, thank you so much. You're amazing for it. I thank you for being here. And this video is gonna take ages to edit with the phone. But I'm slowly getting back to having applications on my laptop, but I don't have Wi-Fi at the minute, so, like, you know, it's pretty difficult, you know, using like Wi-Fi from a different like source, where I have to use the laptop without a charger, me being in my car and recording and doing everything like I have done right now. That's why you've heard like cars passing by in the background and everything like that. But anyways, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched all the way up until here, put in the comment section release MK12 and I will do something special for you. Like, trust me. And I'll probably make you like a mod or something like that. A mod for a month. How about that? Otherwise, that's it from me. Leave a like on the video, a sub if you haven't already, and let's get this journey back to 22k quick as possible, but it's gonna take time. But anyways, that's it from me. Y'all be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.